What up, world? It's your boy, Doughboy Don. I'm back. It's time with my review for the Elimination Chamber. Um, Overall, it was all right. I mean, don't get me wrong. It had a lot of good moments, a couple of bangers in there, but it was it was all right. So yeah, man. Just gonna go down the card and see what we got. Um, First off, on the pre-show, it was a fatal four-way to determine who's gonna take Keith Lee's place because Keith Lee it was announced that, what I'm saying, he wasn't cleared to compete. He's injured. I can't remember exactly what it was, but yeah, he wasn't going to be there. So they had a fatal four way real quick to decide who was going to be in it. It was Ricochet, John Morrison, Mustafa Ali, and Elias. Of course, you know what I'm saying, with Mustafa Ali, Retribution was at ringside. So yeah, there was that. But that match, it was all right. It was nothing too fancy or whatever. Of course, Ricochet was focusing on Mustafa. You know, one time, it looked like he might have won, but Retribution kept getting into it, and he tried to take him out, but they ended up teaming up on him and like powerballing him into one of the posts outside the ring. And surprisingly, John Morrison won. He rolled up Mustafa Ali when he wasn't looking. So, he's moving on to the triple threat. And I just thought that was interesting for that. But, yeah, so that's how the whole thing started. But the first match was the SmackDown Elimination Chamber. If you don't know, it was Daniel Bryan, Cesaro, King Corbin, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Jey Uso. And the winner was Daniel Bryan. I was not expecting that. I was fully expecting Kevin Owens, maybe Cesaro to win. But King Corbin was the first eliminated. He got eliminated by Cesaro after he got hit with the swing and the sharpshooter. He tapped out. Then Sami Zayn got eliminated. And Sammy was, oh my God, Sammy was acting like a punk. Like, it was time for his pod to open. He was like, no, 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 don't open it. Don't open my pod. Don't open my pod. Like, he literally forced it to stay closed. But then Cesaro came from the other side of his pod that was open. Then Zayn turned around and he got beat down. So yeah, he was acting like a little spineless little punk, but I expected that. But then when he was exiting, Jay and Kevin Owens were fighting, and Jay, cause um, I don't know when they started doing this, but like usually like it's like a door and then the chain or whatever, but then this was like a sliding door. So, you know, his out Owens was on the side. He grabbed it and slid it, and it hit right in Kevin Owens' arm. Then he gave him a couple super kicks, and then hit him with the splash and eliminated him. I was like, damn, I was not expecting KO to go down like that, but hey man, Jey Uso did his thing, and he caught Cesaro slipping, and he got Cesaro out of here. And then Jey Uso was getting up on Bryan because Bryan's knee was getting worked over, so he was doing kind of bad. But I remember instead of going to the top rope to do a splash, he went to the top of the pod to jump off of it, but he missed horribly. He got knees to the gut, and then he got hit with a running knee, and he got pinned. And it was Bryan and Cesaro starting the match. Then Corbin came in. Then Sammy came in, and then KO came in, and then it was Jey Uso in last. But yeah, and then we found out that immediately they were gonna have the Universal title match. So Roman came out real quick. Then he surveyed the situation. Bryan was still down. He was trying to get himself back in it. He just posted up in the corner, ready to spear him. Once the referee rang the bell, he tried to hit him with a spear. Bryan reversed and put him in the yes lock. He immediately broke out of it and just started wailing on him with the elbow strikes and all that. And put him in the guillotine, knocked him out. Of course I expected. I didn't. I would have liked it for somebody to win. But at the same time, after what I saw, I was like, yeah, nobody's gonna win, and nobody's not. They're not gonna beat Roman. Obviously, the match only lasted like a minute 32. So Roman was doing their celebrating. You know what I'm saying? He rose the title, raised the title up, turned around, bam, got hit with a spear by Edge, and Edge pointed to the sign, and it was announced that indeed Edge made his decision, which I knew all along is going to be Edge and Roman Reigns for the Universal title at WrestleMania. I cannot wait. I don't want to say what my pick is right now. I gotta wait to see how everything plays out. But I can't wait for the build up and everything, because I gotta see how it goes up. But I think I know how this is gonna end, or how I want this whole thing to end. But we'll have to see on that. But yeah, man. Yeah. Next up, it was Riddle, Bobby Lashley, and John Morrison, a triple threat for the United States Championship. I don't know what's going on with Lashley, but he is like a mini Lesnar, except like way more like ferocious, and like he is just pummeling and running through everybody. MVP was, what I'm saying, supported him, but MVP was on crutches. He had one crutch. He sustained a knee injury, so we knew there was gonna be some shenanigans. But it was pretty much Lashley dominating the whole thing. It wasn't until Riddle and Morrison teamed up on a couple of times to get him out of the way and then try to focus on each other. And then I remember one time John Morrison did get lucky and he hit Starship Pain on Lashley, but he kicked out. All the while MVP was talking smack. Eventually Morrison looked over at him and he said, "Man, shut the hell up." Then they started arguing. Then he took his MVP's crutch. And then he was like, whoa, come on, man, you gonna hit me? Man, I got one. Like, he's like, yeah. So he rolled back into the ring, and then MVP, I like how MVP was like, yo, ref, he got a weapon. He was like, hey, man, I can't do nothing about it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? There's no disqualification. Then, he got put in the hurt lock. But Riddle grabbed the crutch, whacked Bobby Lashley with it 2 times, then hit, Lashley rolled out the ring, hit Morrison with the bro Derek, and pinned him 1, 2, 3. Riddle is now the United States champion. That's crazy. That is crazy. Lashley was furious. Hey, man, I didn't think I was wrong. I mean, granted, Riddle did take an L. It was kind of like a squash match, but Riddle found a way to turn it around. He beat Lashley. I did not expect Lashley to lose. Like, I thought that, Keith Lee was still going to be in it. I thought that Keith Lee was going to find a way to take him out. And of course, you know what I'm saying, I figured he'd take him out, no problem. But hey, man, it's definitely interesting. I can't wait to see what happens with Riddle next. But from what happens in the show, I don't know. But things are going to get interesting. But yeah, man, that was interesting. Next up was Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler against Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. Of course, Shayna and I retained. I wasn't shocked, but it did look like Bianca and Sasha, they was working real well together. At first, you know what I'm saying, they was, making fun of and mocking, Nia Jax, I believe Bianca Belair like slapped on the ass or whatever one time, just messing with Nia. And I was like, oh, you think it's a game? But they managed to take control. But it was a pretty good match. It showed that they had good chemistry. They could work together. But oh my God, Reginald came out, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. Okay, he gonna either help them or cost them the match. I noticed he had like a glass and a bottle of champagne, and he was like cheering Sasha on. And then it got to a point where Sasha was about to do something. Then he handed her a bottle of champagne, like, use it. Like, yo, what are you doing? I don't need this. You trying to get disqualified? The ref grabbed it, got on to Sasha, and that distracted her. She got hit with a Samoan drop and got pinned. So I mean, I low key knew that, you know what I'm saying, they were gonna retain, but from the way it looked like they did legit almost beat them, and I thought that that would have made things interesting. But actually, they were gonna go with that. So I don't know. And it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. You know what I'm saying, on Friday with the whole Reginald and the Sasha thing, or whatever. Because I don't know, it kind of looks like Reginald kind of making a couple little bit of moves on Sasha, but I think that, I think that he's gonna try to, you know what I'm saying, screw Sasha out the title or something. Try to make, you know what I'm saying, Carmella get another shot and finally beat Sasha or something. But I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna work or whatever, because I still think that Bianca's gonna pick Sasha to go against WrestleMania. She still ain't said nothing, but in the back of my mind, I think we all know that that's the way that this is gonna go. And real quick before I get to the next chamber match, Asuka Lacey Evans. I'm guessing the whole Lacey Evans being pregnant, I think it's for real, cause there were rumors going about the match, whatever. They didn't even have the match. They didn't have the match. So, and, I was looking on Raw a little bit, and I saw that Rhea Ripley, they were doing a little thing showing her coming to Raw soon. And I was like, man, she should have showed up. You know what I'm saying? Elimination Chamber, but she didn't. So I don't know. I guess it was like, yeah, there was gonna be a match, but yeah, we're not just gonna have a random match, whatever. We're just gonna, like, yeah, they just nixed it, and I was like, okay, I guess. I mean, I guess, I would prefer something else, but yeah. And then before an interesting, there's one little interesting thing that happened before the chamber. It showed the Miz and MVP having a conversation before the chamber match. I thought that that was very interesting. And then you'll see what we found out early. If you watch Raw, you kind of found out, or if you saw the ending, then you could kind of know that, you know what I'm saying, this conversation did have something to do with how the whole pay per view ended. But we'll get to that in a little bit. Of the Raw Elimination Chamber match for the WWE Championship, Drew McIntyre, AJ Styles, with Omos, and ringside Jeff Hardy, Kofi Kingston, Orton, and Sheamus. And then, as you all know, Sheamus won the Gauntlet match, so he was coming out last. I thought that Drew would kind of be one of the first people in there, but he wasn't. He was the third man, so he was the first one to come out the pod. But it was Hardy and Randy started it, and then it was Drew, then Kofi, and then Styles, and then Sheamus last. But oh my god, I can't believe it happened. But um, Kofi got out, and immediately he went for Orton, and then out of nowhere he rolled Randy and pinned him. Orton was the first person eliminated. That was a shock to me. But like I said, I already knew that he wasn't gonna win, because of the whole thing with him and the Fiend and Elizabeth. I mean, they kind of built on it on Raw. Like, they brought it back up. But I was low key was kind of hoping that the Fiend would make an appearance at the Elimination Chamber. I don't know if it's ready or not, or if they're doing some more further building. But yo, we need the Fiend to come back. That's all I'm saying. Either have the Fiend come back, or Orton have some kind of weird Firefly Funhouse shit with Alexa Bliss or something, because I'm tired of these little slick shots and all that. Like, come on, man, we need to come back. We already know that he's gonna come back, so, like, come on, like, what are we doing? But then next up was Kofi Kingston getting pinned. I believe he got by Sheamus. He believe he got hit with a pro kick. Then Hardy got eliminated by Drew McIntyre with the Claymore. And Sheamus got caught slipping by AJ. I think it was a phenomenal forearm. And then Styles got pinned by Drew, who won it with a mid-air Claymore. Oh my god, like, he literally, it almost looked like a Pele kick, but he caught that mug clean in the air with that Claymore. And Drew retained. Even though, saying he did go through hell, but he was also dishing it, man. And then out of nowhere, Lashley showed up and just beat him up. And I'm sitting there thinking, oh no. Oh no, 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 no. No, no, no. And then my worst fear happened. Miz cashed in, and you know what I'm saying. Like the ref was on him, like you gotta come on, man. You got to defend your title. You got to defend your title. You ready? He's like, ring. Eventually, he got up. Miz hit him with that lame DDT. 1, 2, he kicked out, and then he hit him with the skull crushing finale. 1, 2, 3. Miz has successful cash in. Now, if you watch Raw, you'll find out that that whole thing with Bobby coming in and beat him up and then having Miz cash in, that was a little. They made a deal. Basically, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Basically, they help him. Miz get the title. Lashley will get first crack at it. And next week is going to be Miz and Lashley for the title. Will Lashley get the title? I don't think so. It would be insane. I would be laughing. It would be one of the coolest swears ever. But I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't know how long Miz is gonna ride this thing out. But don't. I didn't like this at all. It would have been better if he tried to cash it and fail. But I mean, I guess. So yeah, man, that was the Elimination Chamber match of the night. I gotta go with the SmackDown. I gotta go with SmackDown Elimination Chamber. Oh, um, before I move on, though, yo, almost was crazy because I remember one point because when Randy Orton, after he got eliminated, he started hitting everybody with RKO's and he was just fuming. Styles turned to Omos. Omos was behind him. He's like, yo, man, get me out of here. Get me out of here. I don't know if that was plexiglass or whatever, but Omos just ripped that mud out from the back and AJ like jumped out and then ran to the front while Orton was getting out. And then eventually Adam Pearce, you know what I'm saying, came out and was like, yo, Omos, no, you're out of here. What are you doing? You're out of here. So they're building Omos up too, and I can't wait to see what happens with him, man. But yeah, man. It was good, but I was low key. I low key like the SmackDown. I low key like the SmackDown. Elimination Chamber a lot better. And that moonsault from Kevin Owens from the top of the pod, that was crazy. I was expecting Jeff to do something crazy, but nah, I guess he didn't do nothing. But yeah, man. But if I had to rate this, I gotta give it a 7. I gotta give it a 7. It was good, but it could have been better. It could have been better. It left a bad taste in my mouth too, man. But yeah, man, that's my review for the Elimination Chamber, man. So let me know how y'all feel in the comment section. How did y'all like it? Y'all like it? Hate it? Love it? What was y'all favorite match, man? Let me know how y'all feel in the comments and all that. You know what I'm saying? And of course, man, you gotta hit that like button. You gotta subscribe. And if you subscribe, you for sure gotta hit that notification bell. Because you never know when you're gonna be streaming or uploading. Um, Speaking of streaming, I'll be back pretty soon. I will be definitely streaming Crash 4. Um, I'm waiting on the whole Strikers thing for Persona 5 Strikers. Oh man, I gotta wait to see what my GameStop in my area is doing that I have it so I can go pick it up. But expect that sometime this week. Hopefully, I mean it kind of comes out today, but I don't know if they're open today. So I don't know, man. But you'll see it when you see it. But definitely, I'm gonna be streaming Crash in the future. And it's your boy Do Die. I'll holler at your party people in the next one. I'm out this thing, y'all. Peace.